Hello there guys and welcome to Daily Updates. It is approximately 19 days away from the general elections of South Africa. On the 29th of May 2024, a lot of South Africans will be making their mark, finally deciding on the future of South Africa for the next 5 years. We know that the ANC has been in power since 1994 and they've been challenged, but no one has tried to remove them from that position. This year is finally that year which many believe that the ANC will lose power. But the question on everybody's mind is, if the ANC loses, who's going to give them the run for their money? In this conversation, we look at the party like the Economic Freedom Fighters, the Democratic Alliance, and the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. If you combine these parties, that is where you can have the answer that it is possible for the ANC to lose. But of the three, who is the dominant one in terms of challenging the ANC? Let us take, for instance, the DA. The DA is not the same party that we grew up to know. That same party that has been challenging the ANC for so many years has lost the confidence of the voters. Take, for instance, the issue of the flag, the burning of the flag, where even the leader of the DA says that he is defending that action because it was not even treasonous. It means they are not in check with reality. They go on to deny that which many South Africans are saying that you are wrong to do that. So the DA is not the same party that we've known. In that case, the DA is definitely going to be losing a lot of voters. People have grown up. People have changed their mind in terms of saying who can represent us. But John Steenhuisen doesn't inspire confidence in many of the black voters. So in that case, they must know that the DA is not going to grow. The DA is going to lose a lot of percentage in terms of votes. So you put them aside, since even when you mention the thing of voting, they are the party that wants an alliance with their so-called Moonshot Pact. So in this conversation, they are not really going to be much of a challenge to the ANC unless they decide to work with the ANC. But as of now, the DA is third on this position. For the second, we have the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, the party of Jacob Zuma. There's a lot of controversy amongst them. But if they really regroup and work together, I see them giving a challenge in terms of saying that we are decreasing a total number of votes that you have. Say the MK party goes on to say that the ANC, we are going to take 9% from the whole percentage that you have. That would be a very, very solid shake from the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. And then if Umkhonto weSizwe does that, the EFF on the other side must rely on the young voters. The EFF really need to do a call to young people to say that go out in numbers and vote. Many young people do not believe in the ANC. Many young people are for the Economic Freedom Fighters. Now, if they go on and vote in numbers, that is where you are going to see a serious challenge. Because once the young people go in numbers, it means there is a lot of increase in the Economic Freedom Fighters percentage. They might even go as far as reaching 25% because of the young votes. Now, for this to happen, a lot of people need to vote. Because we know that the DA is going to take their part in taking white voters, sharing them with the EFF Plus, and losing a lot of black voters. In that case, the Umkhonto weSizwe Party goes on to the ANC and says that I need the percentage of voters from you because I've broke away from your party. Now I'm taking a certain percentage. Take instance 8%, 7%, or even 9%. If they go on to take that, then they are minimizing the strength of the ANC. And EFF on the other side, they come and say that we bring a lot of young voters. When I'm speaking about young voters, I'm talking about as far as from 18 years until the age of 28. Once the EFF decides that we are going to be targeting these young voters, and those young voters go in numbers and vote for the EFF, you have a real match now, because that would mean that the percentage of the EFF will skyrocket. And when it does that, the ANC loses more. the DA loses more. The EFF gains, the introduction of the MK party, and when you count parties like the one of Bosa, Patriotic Alliance, you have a real challenge, because that's when the ANC will wake up and realize that we are far from reaching 50%. They will be scrambling and trying to reach 45%. And if really it happens that they can't even go as far as 45, then you have a real game. Now there are parties which can regroup, work together, and say that the reign of the ANC has ended. But that can only happen if the people of South Africa go out in numbers. There is an attitude from the people of South Africa where many says that I am not going to vote because 1, 2, 3 has not been happening. If that changes and the people of South Africa changes their attitude, we are really going to see a party. It is really going to be the most interesting elections since 1994. 1994, we were coming from oppression. 2024, we are coming from corruption. Now, when you combine these, the people of South Africa have to decide whether they want the same thing or they want a change. Change is very scary. Nobody wants to try change. But once you go into change and adapt, you realize that this is what I've been looking for. And that is what the people of South Africa needs to sit down and speak about. I would like to see the people of South Africa voting in numbers, especially the young people, because that is where the decision lies. If young people decide, they will be deciding on their future. But if they don't decide, it means we will continue saying that, what if? In that case, guys, we are waiting for the 29th of May 2024 to see who is the real leader, who is the party that has been appealing to the masses. And if you are the ANC and you win, we believe people still believe in you. If you are the opposition, you win, you would have done an excellent job in campaigning. Anyway, guys, until next time, cheers.
My brother, hallelujah. Why do I give you call me my brother? Because of Rakona mo access. Hallelujah. O accessible. Lona le matata wa phone felo ka sere but hi bula le ndlozi o bula le yona straight. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Wa bona sala banya go ntsela ntlo. And guess what? I told my wife, God, if there's someone who can do something, give Mr. Julius Silomalema. And guess what? Negana the phone number ya kale salam fa yona go di San Siri kwa. Agere. So guess what? I sat in a number, I'm frustrated, Margar. Guess what? The member of EFF, the leader of EFF, a phone, and guess what? Kabona phone call it, and my house is safe. Can I live on about 5 people? Hallelujah! It's a girl, Haraso, unemployment. Wanguka, corruption. Yeah, I'm not the mic. Thank you so much. One time, Alibani, Marnanima, to belong the eyes. Okay, Tagamuyana, Mupiliana.